Maybe because I was arguing such a lot, what Raka did, she went, got a piece of paper, wrote 3 things, and gave it to me. I could not believe. This 8-year-old has given me a quiz with 3 questions on it. And the questions are very simple. Dad, who is my bestest friend? Dad, what is the most fun thing we have done together? And question 3, Dad, what is my favorite restaurant? Some of you who do not know, all my career has been in restaurants. So that is like a teaser. That's a question I can sleep and answer, okay? So I still have not understood the gravity of the situation. I'm still in an arguing mode. I'm going to, it's like any one of you challenge me. I'm going to take this challenge. The first question, I worked hard. I didn't have a chance. Okay, I missed the first question. Best friend, no clue. I still am playing that, hey, I still have 2 questions. The last one I'm sure about the restaurant. I'm going to win this game. So I start thinking, best thing we have done. I've taken her to Churchill Downs. If any one of you who is not from Louisville, Kentucky, the Kentucky Derby happens at Churchill Downs. We have got a whole skating rink for Raka and her friends. I just have started counting, from one hand, I'm going to the next hand. I'm like, this is tough, man. There have been so many great things I've done. So finally, I chose and answered, it must be the skating rink. Raka did not answer to tell me whether it was right or wrong. Instead, she said, what's the favorite restaurant, Dad? For me, it's, of course, Papa John's. I have worked at Papa John's. Papa John's John, the founder, the Papa John, the man who see you on the TV, is his buddy, is her buddy. Blaine Hurst, the president, talks to Raka as if they're friends. It has to be Papa John's. So I just locked my answers in as skating rink, Papa John's, and I'm nearly sure I won this game, 2-1. Raka did not give me a grade immediately. She says, Dad, let's talk about the skating rink for a second. Do you realize that you canceled twice before you took me there? Both times I was ready. One time I was even sitting outside the house when your assistant called and said, today Dad is in a very important meeting, and because of that, we cannot go. It was the 3rd time we went. Okay? And when we went there, Dad, you were not there. You sat with your cell phone every few times I'm going around. You just waved your hand. You were on the telephone. You were having a very busy conversation. Halfway through, you just grabbed me by saying, Raka, let's go. You just bought me some popcorn, which I ate in the car, and we were out of that place. It didn't sound that good. Earlier to me, that skating rink sounded great. All of a sudden, I wasn't that proud of myself. But the worst was still to come. So what's the answer, Raka? She says, the best thing we ever do is when you surprise me. You don't tell me anything and you come to school, pick me up, and take me across the street for ice cream. And by the way, that ice cream she's talking about is the 99-cent ice cream-like thing you got at McDonald's. I'm thinking there's something seriously wrong with this child. If this child cannot differentiate between a 99-cent thing and a $400 Kentucky Derby visit, there's something really wrong. Okay? About the favorite restaurant. Raka says it's Applebee's. I'm like, Applebee's? It wasn't in my top 10. She says, yeah, when I go there with the babysitter, they give me the macaroni cheese I like, and they give me the balloons. And all of a sudden, the light went on that when I come home at 10:30, 11, I see all these balloons up there in the house, and I always have a weekend plan to get all these old balloons down. They all must have come from Applebee's. So if I pause here for a second, I just have got the worst performance appraisal in my whole life. Because my life is corporate, okay? I'm thinking this is the worst performance appraisal. What happens after a bad performance appraisal? You get fired. Corporate world had taught me 2 things. One, if there's a crisis, avert the crisis. Delay that. Make sure it doesn't explode right then. If you can follow it and push it to some other day, it's great. Or create another crisis. Okay? I started right away. I told Raka, I know I have not spent much time with you. I'll spend more time. And I also know you do not like Louisville, Kentucky. I'll take you back to Denver, Colorado. You know, that was an amazing trick. I knew that will work. Little Raka walked up to me, poked me on my chest, and said, Dad, I love you, but don't lie to me. If you wanted to take me back to Denver, Colorado, what were you doing in Detroit, where Domino's is, interviewing for the head of marketing job last week? You know, once you move in the corporate world, we define our black, we define our white, we define our gray. We lie, but this was a unique situation where I lied. I got caught by my 8-year-old. And there was nothing else I could say that day. Fortunately, she loved me. She just left me alone and walked away. So that became one of the longest nights. I kept thinking to myself that I have two paths. Path one is I do exactly what I've done always in a crisis. Drink 2 glasses of wine, get through the night, next morning, work extra hard, and everything goes away. It's like that wine, extra work, makes life great. Or, let me think what happens if I go in this path. I started visualizing that I'll become a 65, 70-year-old man one day. Bless you. I will be at a place where I'll have an amazing, amazing career, okay? And I'll get 2 phone calls from my daughter during the year, on my birthday and Christmas. Those phone calls will be very simple. Dad, how are you? Raka, how are you? Good, good. That's it. Think for a second. Again, I'm thinking that today I don't know this child. I'm not doing anything to know her. So in 60, 65, when I'm turned 60, 65, I'll be at a place where I won't have anything to know about this child. And that's the time reality came into my mind by saying, I don't want to go there. That night, I was in tears. I told myself, I'll do everything I can to not go there. I don't want to be the 65-year-old man. I don't. I wanted to make a decision that I can hold on to. Many a time we make decisions which we revert very fast. So that night was a soul-searching night. I started thinking about what else have I done to come here. I started looking at August 15th, 1988, I came to this country, landed in Salt Lake City to go to school at Brigham Young University with $320 and 1 suitcase. From there, in 10 years, life has moved very fast. And I could pinpoint my change to one particular day, my first day in the corporate world in Wichita, Kansas, in Papa John's. I met this amazing guy, amazing guy. His suit used to be always like straight. You know, it's like perfectly ironed. Amazing man. He used to talk so articulately. He took me to his office. And, you know, on the corporate world, people who have office are big guys. He said, Arjun, I can see it in you. You are absolutely amazing. There's no reason you won't climb all the way to the top. But to go up, you have to sacrifice.